seen a lot of people come and go. We've had some of the most talented people in this country sit where you're sitting, and you've acquitted yourself well. You have much to be proud of. Your children have much to be proud of in their mother. Your husband has much to be proud of in his wife. You have much to be proud of in terms of how you served your country thus far. And with Amy Barrett, the best is yet to come. So, in another time, in another place, you would get everybody's vote. It's not about you. It's about us. Somehow we have lost our way. There's no use blaming one side versus the other. It always seems to be that our people get treated pretty harshly. I voted for Sotomayor and Kagan because I saw in them the qualities that a Democratic president would be looking for and the character, the integrity that the public would appreciate and would be fitting of the job. Elections do have consequences. This vacancy came about through a tragic demise of one of the greatest women of any time. She did things that no other woman was able to do, and through her actions paved the way for women to achieve their goals. She has a different philosophy than you do judicially. That is okay. I hope it's okay that you can be pro-life and adhere to your faith and still be considered by your fellow citizens worthy of this job. I think you have met every test that any reasonable person could impose in terms of qualifications.
Well, I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. What is Donald Trump's campaign about? He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. And you know how you make America great again? Tell Donald Trump to go to hell. If you can't admire Joe Biden as a person, then it's probably you got a problem. You need to do some self-evaluation. Because what's not to like? He is as good a man as God ever created. He said some of the most incredibly heartfelt things that anybody could ever say to me. He's the nicest person I think I've ever met in politics. This is a defining moment in the future of the Republican Party. We have to reject this demagoguery, and if we don't reject Donald Trump, we've lost the moral authority, in my view, to govern this great nation.
That you think Brown versus Board of Education super precedent is that you're not aware of any effort to go back to the good old days of segregation by a legislative body. Is that correct?
That is correct.
If anybody was listening to who I am and what I said, you know that it was with deep sarcasm that I suggested that some legislative body would want to yearn for the good old days of segregation. That you think Brown versus Board of Education super precedent is that you're not aware of any effort to go back to the good old days of segregation by a legislative body. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Maybe Lindsey was being sarcastic. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but it shows just how out of touch this guy really is. Because, you take these comments with the comments that he just said a few days ago, which he said that black people in South Carolina, if they aren't conservative, they can't go anywhere. I mean, these things just don't make any sense. This is also the same guy who said that he would go and campaign, and he actually did, with a woman who said that jokingly that she wanted to be on the front row of a lynching. You represent a state of 30% of the state are African Americans. 40% of black folks in this country came through the port of Charleston because of slavery. You would think you would have a sensitivity to the type of language that you're going to use. But it just shows that Lindsey Graham represents what I call the old South. We're talking about building a new South.
If you're a young African American, an immigrant, you can go anywhere in this state. You just need to be conservative, not liberal.
As the CDC continues to study the spread of COVID-19, they're recommending that people wear cloth face coverings. in public settings where social distancing measures can be difficult to maintain, such as grocery stores and pharmacies. Remember, this does not replace the importance of social distancing. It is another recommended guideline to keep us all safe.
I care about everybody.